Good Monday morning. Got some more 500 singles to do this week, and they go into that panel there, the tight, mind. I'm going to show you now and show you underneath, see if you can sort of understand it a little bit, but it is, it's going to be a squeeze. So there's the 16 and the two CPC. Oh, nice one, cheers mate. Thanks for cranking that up while I'm trying to do this. So there we go. Now we can hear ourselves think. Two CPCs, 16 of the 500mm singles. We've got to go in there. Now, that is the gland plate. If I was building the job, that's where I'd put a support right in the way of a gland plate. You can't access them from the front. Well, you can, but it's not very good access. So your access is from the side, really. Obviously the back's out of order because, so yeah, that's, I'd put a nice big steel support right in the middle of where the cables are getting terminated. That's what I'd do. I'm just going to drop these out, drop all the bolts off, or at least loosen all the bolts, and then I'm going to show you a trick of how to mark a gland plate. So I'll get back to you 2 ticks. Right then, this is for measuring the where the glands are going to go on the lugs. So there we go. I know that that's been marked right at the end of that little M. Exhaust cutter, which is probably what it was designed for, cutting tubes, not ringing cables, but you know, who are we to say what's what? Oh, that's all over the bloody place. There we go. Right, that's that done. I've got the raw lugs in. What I'm going to do, put that inside the lug, look. Right, and then let it sit. And then you can sort of centralize it and get it where it needs to be. Now that, if you look, that's not going to be enough because that lip goes back to about there. That's going to be a problem. That is going to be a problem. But what I can do is I can mark it, because that's, it really needs to go like that. Good grief. Yeah, that's not going to be good. So what I'm going to have to do is go through and mark each one where it needs to be through the 1, 2, 3, 4, and then all I'm going to do is transfer them across. So that's not a bother. That's not a bother doing that, but that's just a neat little trick, that. Rather than trying to do it with a tape measure or measuring a grade or anything like that, it actually gives you a visual representation of what's going to go on when the cable goes in. And I've always done it like that, and it's never failed me yet. This might be the first time. Anyway, that's a little tip. Right, now I've measured where they're going to drop. I'm going to put it in a little short video as a tip video. Obviously, that can't go there. That's where they drop vertical, right? So I've made a mark, and what I'm going to have to do, I think, is I'm going to have to move them like sort of like this. And I don't really want to do that, because the more I go that way, that means I've got to sort of come forward with the cable. Now, it's a 500mm single. It's not bendable. It doesn't bend. It goes where it wants to go. It needs to be straight. But in order to make this one fit, that's going to have to move backwards. But then it encroaches on that one. Or does it encroach on that one? If I move that one back ever so slightly, I might be alright. But I'm going to have to get some measuring done before I can decide that, as to how far back that lip goes in there and if the lip encroaches, does it encroach? I don't know. So I'll have to have a look from that edge and this edge, and then see if I can go across in order to get them up. That earth's going to have to be moved. So that's just in the way. Right, I shall check back in a bit when I've sussed out what to do with this one and this one. Bloody Monday. Right, I've settled on that. Basically, that's going to stay where it is. That one and that one are fine. This one, I've moved it. That line there is the lip. So it has to be beyond that. Well, there's a thing. Better check that. If the gland body fits in there. Yeah. So that's fine. So that one's moved further back, but it's the one at the front, so I have got a bit of leverage to get it up and in. The other one should just sail straight in, straight up as they are. So what I'm going to do on this one is I'll take a measure from the gland plate. I'm going to cut them exactly the length from inside the lug, and then when they come in, they just go straight up, boom, straight in. Obviously I'll take these out the way and I'll crimp that all the way across the back. And then next, well, what I'm going to hope to do is put this row in, so that's neutral, L1, L2, L3, and then crimp all of those in place, and then start again at the back, because I think my crimper fits in those parameters of, so you'll have another, oh, where's the lugs? So my crimper fits in that gap, so I'll be able to crimp those in place. So it'll be bum, 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 all the way through, and then onto the next one, and onto the next one. So I'll just get in past this ridiculous support, because it's 4 and 4. So, watch this space, and see how it goes. The next thing, I'm going to duplicate that, bump, 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 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I've got to, I have to check to see if the glands fit side by side as well, because if they don't, we are, yeah, we're in Pooh Street. Right, gland plate drilled, but what the problem, we did have a problem. So those ones are further back than they want to be, so they'll have to come forward and up. This one, however, oh, I can't even see what I'm pointing at. This one, if we put our measure in, look, and we'd had to move over, because the glands would have touched and you wouldn't have been able to get them. So that one is now, we've missed a hole into that one, missed a hole into that one. That one, couldn't do it. So I think, I don't think, it's only 400mm from the gland plate to the barrel, top of the barrel of the lug. So this one, I'm assuming, will have to be on a slight angle like that. Oh, it fell back. Like that. Ever so slight angle, because I don't think I'll be able to get the set on them. Not in 400mm anyway. It's a bit of a big ask. Obviously I'll try and do it, but nah, don't think so. So now I'm going to start getting all of that mess sorted out and get the first 4, which what I'm going to do is those 4 in that bottom duct, sweep them across, up and in that line, first line. The next ones, see, I don't know yet. I don't know whether I'll put those ones in or those ones over there in. I haven't decided yet. I'm edging for these, but we'll see. Right, so what I've done, I've measured in the panel from the top of the barrel of the lug to the gland plate, and it's 410mm. So measure from, it's the underside of the gland plate, sorry. So measure from the top of the gland, which is going to sit on the gland plate, 410mm, Better get this pen ready. Go it that way. I'm going to show you why. There we go. 410. There it is. Now that, if my measurements serve me correctly, cut that there. I'm going to strip it back, the lug width, or the lug length, sorry. To expose the copper, I'm going to bend it underneath, bring it up, and into L1. And it should fit. Should I risk it? Should I risk showing you, or should I just cheat? Right, let's have a look. This is how much confidence I've got in my ability. Ah! Bit nervous now. Right, lug I need. Right, strip that down now. Again, exhaust cutter gives you a nice even straight line. Just don't squeeze too hard. There's a good sign, look. Shows that I haven't squeezed too hard because I can't get it off in one go. Right then, I need to change the angle of the dangle, don't I? Right, hang on. He's taking ages in that bloody lifter, so we just have to put up with the noise for a bit. I don't know how much, I want to change this, I don't know how much of this you're going to see. So that's that one in. 410mm. I'm going to get the crimp on that now, and then move into L2, L3. The problems start when we get onto this one because, like I showed you at the start, that's slightly offset. So I don't think, obviously, I mean that's solid. So it might have to go like that, ever so slightly. Obviously I'll try and get the kick in it, but I'm going to be working at like arm's length on that one, so it could prove a bit difficult, but I'll see what happens. I'm going to crimp that one now and move to the next one up, next one near to me. One thing I have noticed is the shrouds on these glands, they're as stiff as a porn star's knob, and they're really difficult to get on. So what I've gone and done is, gives you enough malleability. Oh, you what? Should be on University Challenge, this fella. It just makes them that little bit easier to handle. Not the porn star's willy, the shroud. Oh, like a dream. Anyway, now I've got to repeat that what is it? 14 more times. Yeah. There it is, the neutral's in. You can see it leaning ever so slightly. But there's still a good contact with the palm onto the bar, so I'm happy with that. There's not much else you could do, to be honest. And every other one will be straight. So that's alright. That's alright, is that? I'll tell you what I am into. This. Summers are coming. Right, on to the last 4 now. That's all of those in. 12 in. Now, this is where it gets a bit difficult because, see if I can move these out of the way a little bit. Basically, that's what I'm aiming for, that's what I'm working in. And I've just put that lug onto the bolt and I can only use one arm. So I don't know what I'm going to do when I come to terminate it, because I've got no room. We'll see. Okay. I couldn't do it any other way. I couldn't start there and work that way, because then I would have cut myself off trying to lose all of the cables underneath, because I've been utilising that corner over there to take the cable, move it over and then pull it back up and in. So if I'd have started here, although I'd have access terminating, I wouldn't have got any cables in because I couldn't have moved them in and out. So it was 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. Yeah, I'll show you what I've been doing to mark the cables, which has worked quite well. So I've been getting the mark as usual with a piece of scrap cable to disappear under here. This is getting harder as well. Right, I'll get that mark on there, and then what I've been doing is grouping them all together, which will speed the process up of that. So, roll. It would be the most awkward one. Every other one, right, I put in, group them together, boom, 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 brilliant. This one, when I decide to record it, absolute pain in the dish. Right, I'm going to fart on with this and get it set. Right, So what I was trying to show was, I'm not sure I'll be able to do this with one hand. Right, there's the mark on the blue, on the neutral, which is the longest one. And then what I've been doing, the one, so there's your, that's your neutral. There it is, look. So on the brown, on the L1, I'm going back 120 mil shorter, which is basically that distance. Then on the black, which is that one, you go 120 mil shorter than the brown, but then the grey, I'm making it 60 mil shorter than the black. And those increments are absolutely spot on for down there, for as the cables flow up and in. So I'm going to do those marks now. I don't know whether you'll see it or not. That's the black. That's the grey, 60 mil. Oh no, paint pen's running out. Okay, so I'll get a new one. Got the last one from Hobbycraft, believe it or not. So that's that mark, simple as that. Really easy. So I'm going to ring them now, get them in, and it is now 25 to 11, 12. I've got these to do, I've got those earths to put in, and that's me. I've got to go back over to the job I was on last week. It's only 10 mile away from this job, but it's just the inconvenience of packing your gear up, putting it in the van, driving over there, doing that job, then tomorrow come back over here, unpack all your stuff, set about something else. So it's just that, it's just a pain, isn't it? It's a pain in the bum. But yeah, I've got these, they're not going to be easy. Those ones are not going to be easy because I can, like I've just said, I can only, one hand, that's it. That's all I can do. So I'll see how I get on, and I might come on and go, or I might come on and go, little thumbs. So yeah, I'm going to crack on with this now, otherwise I'll just stand here rabbiting about nothing there. And oh, there's a thing. I mentioned this to the wife the other day. I was sitting, you know, as you do, sometimes you're just looking off into the distance, and she goes, "What are you thinking about?" I went, "Nothing really." She said, "No, what are you thinking about?" I said, "Well, you know, Pepper and George Pig, right? They've got the same size arms and legs as Mummy and Daddy Pig, but Mummy and Daddy Pig are considerably bigger. So would that lead to some sort of bone structure, bone development, like with the breaking of bones and, you know, deformities and stuff like that?" Well, it doesn't seem to have for like the amount of time Peppa Pig's been on. But yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Really? Yeah. Honestly, that's what I was thinking of. So there we go. Job done. Cables in. The earths couldn't go into that gland plate because obviously you can see there's absolutely no room whatsoever, and then they would have had to bend like that up and down onto the earth bar, which is there, so absolutely no chance. So I've had to sweep them across. Fortunately, there's another earth bar in there that we could get them into. So that's that done. So now I'm off to pack the gear up, off to the other job in Oxford, where I've got some 120s, one 240, which is going to be a cow, and I think that's about it. Maybe a little bit extra, but apparently the two 120s are outside, and it's going to absolutely hammer it down tomorrow by about 10:30. So I've got to get my act together and get them done before 10:30 before it rains. But yeah, that's it for this one. I'm not going to bother with the 120s or the 240 and see what happens when I come back here. But I think that this video is done. 16 500mm singles, 2 CPCs 500mm as well in 2 days. Yeah, 4:20, so 2 days. Although I was finished quite a bit ago, but I had to go and see the lads to do for some cable pulling. They need to pull some cables out and then pull them back into different ducts. So I could have been finished a little bit earlier, but I'm going to go to the gym now, have a bit of a humpy, lumpy, lifty, wifty, and have a shower. And I might even go to the pub tonight, because the lads off this site go to the pub and play darts tonight and have a Chinese, so lovely. I might do that. Anyway, I'll see you soon. I appreciate any of your comments, any of your questions. If I can help you with anything, let me know, and I'll see if I can do it. Do the subscriptions and the like, and over 2,000 now, so over the moon with that. 2030 something, so doing all right. We'll try and get some more tell your mates. But if you are watching the videos, oh, there's my finger. If you are watching the videos and you haven't subscribed, just subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, does it? But apparently that helps with the YouTube algorithm. They send more, they put me on more people's pages and all that sort of stuff, because obviously I'm thoroughly entertaining and everybody wants to watch. Channel 4, we're going to be in talks with Channel 4 about doing a reality show. Cable joint, I haven't really, where that come from I don't know. So yeah, like, subscribe. I'll do that little thumb thing, little thumb, and the subscribe thing as the video goes on. And there's a little tip video this week. I didn't do it last week, I'll do it this week. So if you're ever making any singles off, a little tip for you for measuring. Well, thank you very much if you got this far, and I'll see you soon on the next one.